What's up guys, hope you're good. We're here now with a brand new AOR video, this time round 7 in Austria, and yeah, as you can see the weather's pretty dry there, but yeah, first of all just want to apologise about the late upload. I've been pretty busy recently and only just got to editing it, but yeah, hopefully hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope to get Silverstone out right after this as well. I don't know how long it's going to take, but hopefully soon. But yeah, about this race, in terms of qualifying, first I went out on the super soft tyres to put in a few laps and hope, if I can put a good lap, hope to start on these tyres, because it'll be a good tyre to start on. They don't degrade as much as this ultra softs, and after about lap 3, lap 4 they come alive. And as you can see towards the end of the lap, you can see Danny's setting a 1.7.3 on the ultra soft tyres. We come across the line now, what do we set? It's a 7.7. And honestly I wasn't really too happy with that, but keeping in mind that it's early on in the session and the track is not really up to standard, so it's not at its best. Still like a lot of track evolution to happen, and as you can see we come now in end of sector 1. We're a bit up on our time, but we gain even more exit turn 2, about 10th up, and coming through another car now, going past another car now, coming into turn 3, not shifting up to 8 for better stability into turn 3. And on the exit, as you can see, we're nearly about 2 tenths up, coming towards turn 4, I believe this is. Go a touch wide, but keep the car on the inside. We pull it back to the inside, bit of oversteer on the exit, come across the sector 2 line now, still about 2 tenths up, nearly 2 tenths up, trying to get toe off Killer Whale there. Coming to the penultimate corner, we need to keep this up to put in a good time. Pretty decent through there, not the best, but through here we went completely wide, lost a lot of time. Coming across the line now, only a 1.7.4, and that is pretty awful if you ask me. I think 1.72, 1.73 was on the cards there, and that would have been a great lap. Looking at it now, would have put us like provisional second or provisional third. And yeah, so after that I was just looking on Race Director, seeing what other guys are doing, and I can see Martin doing a slow lap on the ultra soft. He obviously did that on purpose. Purposely did a slow ultra soft lap so he can do a fast super soft lap later. And so yeah, we went out on track, and yeah, this time we actually decided to commit to the ultra softs, because that super soft tyres we did the lap on 1.74 only puts us P9, and that's not a good grid position to start in. And especially a track like Austria where you're mid-pack through the slipstream and that, it could cause a lot of trouble. And so yeah, we went out and we're just cruising now on our outlap on these tyres, not destroying them, trying to keep them at maximum 1% so we get a good lap. And yeah, at the moment I think that's the car behind us catching us up before we start lap, and there's another car ahead of us, so we're sandwiched, and that's actually our teammate ESR Lee, who used to be TSR Cupid. And so yeah, we sandwiched in between, and we end up being about within 1 second of the car ahead, so we might actually get slipstream on this lap. Into turn 1, we go brake at 100 meter board, pretty nice there, take it really nicely there, a bit of oversteer on the exit, but nothing too bad. We're already a 10th up just through turn 1 alone, and coming up to the sector 1 line now. Where did we brake? We brake at 100 meter once again, bit of lockup which would have cost us I think half a tenth or so, but nevertheless we get a good exit. We're still about a tenth up, so you can see we didn't actually gain anything with these tyres under braking or traction. Into turn 3, braking that 100 meter once again, dropping down to second gear, then up to third and fourth, and now we're another 10th up, so we're 2 tenths up now. Come to turn 4 where we went wide on the super soft lap, pretty nicely we take it pretty nicely through there, gain another 10, so we're 3 tenths up. Into turn 5 and 6, and you can see ESR Lee's actually pulled a bit of a gap, so his lap must be lightning. And coming into the penultimate corner, bit wide sadly, and again to the last corner. This time we don't go too wide, but we don't carry too much speed. Coming across the line now, what do we set? And it's a 1.69, but ESR Lee has set a time nearly 4 tenths quicker than us. Incredible lap. And you can see that's put us third now, behind ESR Surprise. Brilliant job by him, brilliant job by ESR Lee too. And STSF Alonso, my brother, like right behind me in fourth, so he's doing a pretty good job. Only 2 thousandths of a second gap between us two. Then we have Killer Whale, Strees down there, but crucially, Limitless and Martin were out of the top 10 for some reason, and after that also, like straight after qualifying, there was a glitch with the, well, not a glitch, just the game just froze. I think it just black screened, and well, I tried to like figure out what was going on because I wasn't in a party chat or anything. I had no clue what was going on, and I feared that it was only me with the black screen. So before I closed the game, I just like tried to join the party my brother was in, or like Finch was in, or Lee was in, and we joined in, and they were saying that they had the black screen too, and we still didn't know why it was. We just knew we had the black screen for some reason. And as you can see, maybe you can see below there, TR Martin has left the session. So I'm not sure if he was causing it or he left thinking the game crashed for him too. So he's out of the session, and that is pretty devastating for him. That's another race where he's got bad luck straight after qualifying. We tried to get him back in the race, hoping he can join before the formation lap starts, so he can at least race like Spain. And but yeah, it's just pretty unfortunate. As you can see, he's actually joined back there, thankfully, and now he's left again, so we still don't know what's going on, and hoping he can just join back so he can race, as it would be like really crap if he didn't get to race. It's just not what you want to see in league racing. These guys, as you can see, he actually joins back there. But yeah, I was gonna say, these guys just we all like practice for league racing, and we all prepare ourselves, and to not be able to race is pretty hard to take. It's a hard pill to swallow. So it's good that he joined back, and we don't want to see anyone disconnecting. Not just him, we don't want anyone disconnecting. But here are the driver standings before the race. As you can see, we have a 50-point gap after Canada, and a 51 gap to Cupid. So them two are pretty close, but 50-point gap is literally nothing in league racing, and not even in real life. That can get washed away so easily. So taking nothing for granted once again, and just taking each race at a time as we line up on the grid now with ESR Lee, our teammate, on pole. He's been showing great pace the whole weekend, so it won't surprise me if he managed to dominate this race too. But either way, we come now, 5 lights, and away we go now. Do we get a decent start? It's a pretty okay start. It's a better one than surprise, it seems. Into turn 1, we stay on the outside, give them as much room as possible. We actually pick up the exit curb on the left there by giving too much room. Now we're side by side for the run up to turn 2, and ESR Lee's already gone pretty much. And into turn 2 we go now. We brake much later, go wide again, giving too much space there, and it's actually costing both of us time. Side by side still out of turn 2, run down to turn 3, and it seems we have a bit more pace on the straight there, or he just backs out. But either way, we're up to second now. Decent start for us, and top 2 Mercedes once again. So yeah, pretty good start for us, and hopefully we can mount a challenge on Lee before he drives away or just walks away, because like I said, he had great pace the whole weekend. So we have to do a good job to catch him back up, and the gap's 1.1 now, so it'll be interesting to see if that gap opens or closes within the next 3, 4, 5 laps before the pit stops at least. We go a bit wide there on the penultimate corner. Last corner again wide, so we're struggling slightly here. Last season I felt comfortable, but this season I don't know what's going on. Just can't find the same rhythm I had before. Into turn 1, okay-ish, not too bad. But yeah, as you can see, Lee's like gone. But we'll come into the sector 1 line now. Let's see what the gap is. And the gap's 1.3, so 2/10 the gap has opened. So it seems that our teammate does have the upper hand on us on pace at the moment, and showing great consistency at the moment too. So we need to get on with it pretty much, and cutting on to lap 5 now, and the gap's 1.6, so another 3/10 opened after lap 2. So 3-4 laps later, another 3/10 gap opened, and yeah, Surprise still right behind us, so he's showing great pace. And our tyre wear is actually pretty decent at the moment. So coming into turn 3, bit of lock up there, but you can see if you look at Lee now, he's made a bit of a mistake on the exit there, it seemed. And it'll be interesting to see if we actually gained anything on him. Coming to turn 4 now, pretty nice. The car's still handling nicely, I just don't have the pace for some reason. And into turn 5, we closed 2/10 through that sector, so he did make a mistake, it seems. And now he's actually pulled into the pit lane line to pit. So he must be struggling with those tyres, or he just wants a quick undercut. But we go wide because we're caught watching. We were actually watching our teammate for some reason. So we went wide, opened the DRS late, went wide at last corner too, and we lost all that time we had. into turn 1 now. Pretty okay again. Like turn 1 was pretty good for me, to be honest. Like turn 1, like I like that corner in this race, but up for the run into turn 2, surprise, like I said, crucially still right behind us. 100-meter board taken out on the left there, and coming on the exit now. 1/10 only the gap between us and surprise. It'll be interesting to see if he's close enough to make the move now into turn 3. He's got the DRS slipstream, pulls it to the right. We plan to pit this lap, so I don't want to battle at all. We brake early for that corner to let him have it, and he actually goes wide. So on the exit of turn 3 now, he's defending the inside line. I don't want to battle. I want to just get on with it. And yeah, we've lost a lot of time there, and he's made a mistake. Exit of turn 4 too, so that's costing us even more time. And I'm not gonna like criticize or blame him for going for that move. It's racing, but in my head right now, I'm like, I don't want to battle. I just want to go as fast as possible for this in lap, and to like not lose too much gap, to not lose too much time to Cupid or Lee. And into the pits we go now, and we managed to slow down. I think we will jump surprise because the Mercedes crew is pretty fast. But as you can see now, we've actually got held up. 4.9 per second pit stop. And if you ask me, if we didn't have that battle, I would have like come out ahead of those cars and not get held up. So we've lost 2.5 seconds at least from that pit stop, and on top of that, at least like 1 or 1.5 seconds when we battled on that lap. And now you can see we've jumped surprise, but we're so far behind, incredibly behind Lee, and that's pretty much the win gone. Look at the minimap now. Our teammates, the yellow dot, and he's gone. He's like 5-6 seconds ahead, and that's pretty much game over. Like there's no way I'm gonna catch 6 seconds up to Lee, especially when he has the pace. And yeah, cutting on to lap 8 now, right behind Alonso, my brother. And as you can see, minimap still like Cupid's way ahead. And yeah, coming out, end of lap 8. Pretty gutted at the moment, but nevertheless, I still want that podium. I still want that P2. Set the fastest lap, 9.2, and we actually end up outbraking ourselves to avoid hitting Alonso. We go to the inside, and luckily he sees us, and it actually lets us. I don't know if he let me free, but it felt like he did. So yeah, again, watching the replay now, I brake so much later. It felt like he braked early, so I moved to the inside to avoid hitting him. I even cut the corner to just avoid hitting him, and thankfully he did see me and let me have the gap. He just gave me the gap. He opened it up his wheel and didn't turn on me, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, now we're behind Lucky Dog, and there's another car ahead of him, so even more traffic. And yeah, so this is even more bad news for us. But either way, we have to focus and get on with the job. And we're coming right behind these two now. They're going side by side through that corner. That's not good for us at all. But we get a decent exit out there, and we get past Lucky Dog easily into turn 5, right behind Burnout. Will he pit? He pulls to the right. It looks like he's going to pit, so that's another position gain. But again, he'll be there, so this is going to compromise us. We slow down so far. We even go wide, so we have to slow down so much there. We even went wide, and that's costing us even more time. What do we set now? It's a 10.8. That's 1.5 seconds slower than our personal best. And coming across the line now to start lap 11. Nice English there. But yeah, now we're right behind Jason, the run of Jason, P9. So it's a battle for P9 at the moment, and yeah, it seems there are a few cars ahead that haven't stopped yet. Interesting to see what strategy they'll be going for. We go down the inside, not making it too far for us, thankfully, and we go through there up to P9. But yeah, going back to what happened with Surprise earlier, I don't really blame the kid for going through. I really don't. That's racing at the end, and it has compromised our race for sure, but that is racing. So I hope you guys don't think I'm complaining that he went through, because like I said, that's just racing. Like, you can't just blame someone for making an overtake. So yeah, either way, we have to focus on our race. It's done now, it's finished, so we have to just get on with it. And we come into a pack of 3 cars now, open the DRS, and hope to get past at least one in the round, on the run down to turn 3. And we do get past 6 seals. Again, thankfully, he lets us off because he knows he just doesn't have the pace to hold on at the moment, doesn't have grip. So yeah, we go through now. On the exit, we have 2 cars ahead of us. Ryan looks like he was planning to go for a move for on the inside of Kubica, so we're blocked off that line. and we had to just follow through, and again we're like 8 tenths down on our time, so costing us major time. But now we've found the run, we've found the exit on the inside, hoping he doesn't decide to pit. He's got the slipstream of Kubica, we still like managed to get through there, and now we're right behind Kubica, open the DRS, and I was hoping I overtook him into turn 2 instead of turn 1, because now that's compromised my line on the exit, and again we lose more and more time. We have to car it inside straight away to avoid the slipstream of him, but it looks like my brother Alonso has actually gone through those 3 cars behind us, and he's right on our tail as well, so he's not letting us go. And knowing him, going by past experiences, he'll want to beat me today. He'll really want, and it's one of the few races where he's got the pace on me. It seems like he's got the same pace as me, if not faster. So yeah, it seems pretty close at the moment between us two, but at the moment I'm just thinking about P2 at the moment. I'm doing everything I can, I'm pushing as much as I can to finish P2 at least. I know the win's gone realistically, but on to lap 17 now, and Alonso actually goes down the inside, so fair play, goes down the inside. Again, that's costing us time, but yeah, like I said, it's just racing. So on the exit we tried to get a better run. We braked early for turn 1 to get a better run. We did get a run, but the server started lagging. It wasn't his lag, because we're in the same connection. But as you can see, Shrey's left there, so there's a screen rate drop, bit of lag, so we had to just let him go. We had to back off. I didn't want to risk anything there. And now he's up to 5th, and I'm like, okay, fair enough, have it. Like, if you've got the pace, I'm fine to just follow. Like, I'm stubborn for sure, but if someone's faster, I'm gonna go for it. Like, be smart and just try and follow him. Make a mistake this time into turn 1, but it looks like he's got the run on Franglish. And a few laps earlier, I was the one going down the inside of drivers into turn 2 and helping Alonso get through them as well by pushing them out wide like this, basically. And look, that's given us a good run now. And on the exit, on the inside of Franglish, and that looks like a pretty easy move for us. But yeah, going back to pushing people outside, we weren't doing it harshly, let's say. We were always taking the inside line because we knew that the car behind, so it was me or Alonso behind, they'll be able to go through like that. But the funny thing was that we didn't actually plan it at all. We weren't even talking about it on party chat. We just did it without without planning or saying anything. So yeah, now we're on the exit of turn 1. It's lap 19, and at the moment I was thinking me and him can finish double podium, but it seems there are still 2 cars ahead that haven't pit. As you can see on the minimap there are 2 cars ahead that haven't pit yet. He goes wide into turn 2, but yeah, like I said, just 2 cars not pit yet, and it's really interesting. And at the time I didn't know who they were, so I had to get on with it. I just went down the inside. It looked like I had a bit more pace at this point of the race, so I went down the inside and hoped to just push as much as I can, because it was literally at this point I realised that those 2 cars ahead are one-stopping, and I didn't know one-stop was possible around here. And that is mainly because I didn't practice at all, to be honest. Like, I've practiced a bit, like half an hour or so on time trial on Saturday night, and then Sunday I practiced about 2 online sessions, and in those 2 online sessions I just did like the 2-stop. I just tried the 2-stop if it would work or not, and it did. So I thought, okay, I'll just go for this strategy. And yeah, that's literally why I had no clue about the 1-stop. So that's my bad. I should have practiced, and now it looks like we're going to pay for it. And cutting on to like lap 21, it seems our teammates pitting, so looks like it'll be going on, I think, the soft tyres. But yeah, coming round lap 21, so it's incredible that those 2 cars ahead have managed to go 22 laps on the soft tyres. And who are they? They're Limitless and Martin. Ignore the cut there, no one saw that, close your eyes. But yeah, moving on, Limitless and Martin ahead of us. Incredible. Like, I had no clue that they'd be going for the 1-stop, and the gap's 7.2 seconds to Limitless, and it looks like he has a bit of a gap to Martin, about 2-3 seconds to him. So yeah, again, I think it looks like P2's out the window as well. Cutting into end of lap 22, we're closing a bit of a gap, but it's not too much at all. And Alonso decides to pit now, so that's him off our tail for the meantime. But now it's 6.5 seconds to Limitless. Only 13-14 laps to go. So yeah, that's pretty tough for me at the moment, because I felt like P2 was possible after what happened in the first pit stop stages. But it looks like P2's pretty much gone now. It looks like Martin and Limitless have pit, and we could see them two batting with Cupid towards the end of the race. We're coming to the pits now, hoping for a quick pit stop this time. We go onto the super soft tyres, and it looks like Martin and Limiters also went on the super soft tyres, and it looks like we got a decent pit stop, but no penalties for Lee and Martin. So crucially, that means that even a 3-second time penalty for them wouldn't be coming to help us, even if we did somehow catch up, which we probably won't. But on the exit, you can see that Jason and I think that was Alonso collided at turn 1. I think Jason outbraked himself into turn 1, just had to avoid it, but in the process he cut the corner and went into Alonso, so that's pretty unfortunate for them too. Pretty sure it wasn't intentional or anything, so yeah, not giving out blames or anything, but yeah, that's pretty unfortunate for both of them. That would have been a good result for both of them. But now we go past Killer Whale. Not sure why he slowed down there. I don't know if he's pitting or not, probably is. But yeah, cutting on to lap 26, right behind AOR reversal, teammate of Tyrrell Martin, and pretty sure he won't be making this too easy for us at all. And it looks like we've got a bit of slipstream off him into turn 2, brake a bit early to save our front wing. He goes wide at turn 2 there. On the exit 1 is inside, but not enough traction at the moment, and he's covered the inside nicely there. Smart move. And we go for the outside line into turn 3. Looks like we brake much later than him, no lockups, and that looks job done to me there. And yeah, pretty happy with that, to get on with it straight as possible. And we had DRS, so I don't think we lost too much time in that battle. So now we have to focus on catching Falcon, and then possibly whoever's in third. Like, I want that podium at least. Like, if Martin and Lee's gonna win, fair enough, but I need to minimize the loss of points to them by getting as far as getting the best result possible. So yeah, nice English again. But yeah, cutting on to lap 28 now. We go past Falcon as well. He doesn't make it too hard for us, thankfully. But as you would have seen there, gaps 4 seconds to Limitless. That's crucial. And with only 8-9 laps to go, we have to close half a second a lap. I calculated this in my head at the time. I just divided 4 by 8 and it was 0.5. So yeah, I knew like half a second gap a lap would be enough. And I just had to pretty much try and do that to at least get third place from this race. So cutting down to the next lap, and the gap's 3.5 now, so we did close half a second that lap. Cutting on to end of lap 29. What's the gap now? 3/10 we close this time, not enough, so we need to close 7/10 the next lap. Coming across the line, what do we close down to? We do close another 5/10, so that's at least okay. We come again, another lap. What's the gap now? 2.3, so the gap's dropping about 4/10, 5/10, 3/10 a lap. And yeah, we need a good lap. We need a good lap where we close more than half a second, because it won't be, at this rate it won't be enough. And coming up to turn 2 now. Gap was 2.3, now it's 2.1, so we closed 2/10 alone in sector 1. It seems like Limitless must be having issues with either turn 1 or engine management. There must be wear with his engine. But yeah, I was actually quite happy to be able to catch him down. And as you probably have seen from his video as well, he was quite happy that I was catching him down. So yeah, it looked like we're finally going to have that battle that we've not had in AOR, like at all. Even last season or this season, we've not had it. Not a wheel-to-wheel battle at least. And yeah, so this was like something we're both looking forward to. I was definitely looking forward to it, because Limitless is just an incredible driver. Like, his past achievements, his consistency, his racecraft, his wheel-to-wheel battling, like, is pretty good. So it'll be nice to catch him up. But as you can see, he had a bit of a tricky exit there. Looks like his tyres have gone off, his rear tyres, and that has enabled us to catch him down. And yeah, it's like 3 laps to go now, so we've got plenty of time, it seems, to go past. So all we have to do now is just get in his DRS, like use the DRS to just go past wherever we can. And coming into the last corner now, end of lap 54, we do have the DRS. We press to open it and it breaks. The DRS breaks, and I've never had that in AOR before, or in other league actually, but the DRS actually does break. So we're without DRS now in the last 2 laps, where we need it the most. And coming up for the run into turn 2, it looks like we don't really gain that much on the straight this time round, maybe because of poor exit. But without the DRS, what could we possibly do? On the exit of turn 2, our tyres are okay. Like, they're not at the best obviously, but they will last towards the end. And into turn 3, it looks like under braking is able to brake as late as us, so it looks like we can't really do any overtakes under braking as well against him. Best thing we can do now is just follow him as close as we can, try to put the pressure on him and try to like make him go wide out somewhere. Like, if he makes a mistake, then we can go through, but without a mistake we don't really have the chance to go through. Up for the run into the penultimate corner, we have a better run. We try to like spook him off there so he can go wide or something, but he doesn't. He stays cool under pressure, pretty composed. No DRS again on the exit there, so we have to just rely on a slipstream or something for the run up to turn 1. Do we go for the move? No, we don't. We back out and we focus on getting a decent exit out of turn 1 here, which we do. He gets a decent exit too. He leaves the gap for us on the right there, surprisingly, so we go for it. Side by side for the run up to turn 2 now. On the last lap, can we get ahead of him? Into turn 2 we go. We lock up. Hit the apex though somehow. And now the DRS actually comes back, so we open it and we pick up an oversteer onto the left there. Pick up a bit of grass. He's on the inside. And thankfully we didn't spin into him there. That would have been pretty embarrassing if we did. And that actually managed to get him out of our slipstream because he had to back out. He just had to go to the right. So it actually worked out good for us there. So we got up to turn 4 now. He's still right behind us, but I believe he tapped us ever so slightly, and unfortunately for him, he has spun, or half spun at least, and that's kind of killed it towards the end there. But again, I'm still happy about that battle. That battle was pretty crazy, and yeah, it was great, and hopefully we can have more of that in the future. But now it's ESR Lee taking the win, our teammate, so good job by him. And then we have TR Martin in second, despite the issues he had in qualifying early on and with the lagging as well. So great job by him as well. And yeah, the crazy race at the end there. And yeah, I welcome many more battles like that, especially on the last few laps. That's pretty intense. And I believe some drivers were actually watching us there, so that made it even more intense. But nevertheless, good battle. And that's pretty much the race result there. Again, Lee first, Martin second, us third, Limitless fourth, Reversal fifth. So yeah, pretty good ending there. I believe Alonso managed to get 7th at least. So looking at the race director now, I believe Lee and Martin actually had a 3-second time penalty. Is that true? Yep, there you go. They did have time penalties. So God knows what could have happened if we had a proper clean race where we didn't get caught in the traffic and with the pit stop issue in the first place. But nevertheless, them two had great pace. Martin managed a pretty good one stop, and so did Limitless. So yeah, good job by those guys. I wish I practiced so I could know that the one stop was a better strategy. Pretty sure that could have possibly gave us a good chance for the win, but nevertheless, good job by those guys. They practiced, they knew what was the best strategy, so fair play to them. Can't take anything away from them. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to get out Silverstone highlights as soon as possible, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.